dive in. Let's see how this CoachingNOW client is doing in their business. So the first thing I always want to look at when looking at an account is going into the economic model. What is the goal? Let's start there. So for this client, they want $500,000. That's 135 units based on the economic model in CoachingNOW. And what I also want to look at right away is how many listings and buyers did the Rainmaker sign up for. So in this case, the Rainmaker signed up for 66 listing sales and 16 buyer sales. So you add those two together, and that is 82 transactions. Now, note that today is mid-July when we're filming this this analysis of this client's business. The next thing I always go to is the goal gap. Okay, we're clear on the goal. 135 units. The Rainmaker is going to do 82 of them. And let's see where we're at. So we have that in Q1, they closed, the goal was to close 24 for 7 million. They did 22 for basically 7 million. Missed the unit goal by 2. Missed the volume goal by 100, almost 200,000, really close. Q2 goal 41 for 12 million. They did 40 for 12.3. So they made up the volume goal, 1 unit behind. This is telling me their average sales price is probably higher than anticipated because they're getting really close to hitting the volume goal each month, and they're actually falling short on the unit. So they're probably a high on the average sales price, unless Q3 they're falling back. Q3 the goal's 41 for 12 million bucks again. Right now they're at 12 for 4.7. So again, if you take 12 out of 41, they're maybe 25%, 30% or so to goal, and they're 33% on volume. So the average sales price is high. They have a month left to sell 29 sales for 7 million bucks. So based on the fact that they have a month left to sell 29, that sounds like a pretty big gap. So we're in a risk here of not hitting this Q3 goal. You can see the weekly gap needed is to sell 6 homes a week, 6.5 homes every single week. So this person's probably going to fall behind on Q3 goal. Next, I want to look at the CEO summary reports. I always go right to the reports. The path is into math. Business is the language of, math is the numbers of the language of real estate here. I screwed that all up. Numbers is the language of business. That's what I meant to say. So quickly, they had 22 closings for $7 million in June. So their Q2 was really one phenomenal month, is how they got to 40. One thing I always look at, again, they have to sell 31 homes, 20 homes in the next 31 days. What was the number here? They have to sell, 29 homes. 29 homes in 31 days. Well, what have they done in the last couple months? So in this monthly summary report, I like to look at listings pended and buyers pended. You add those two up, and that tells you how many homes they sold each month. So in January, they sold 7. Then they sold 13. Then they sold 14. Then they sold 12. Then they sold 14. Then they sold 8. They've sold 3 so far this month. So to expect them to go from basically 12 to 13 a month to 29, we're in trouble. We got 30 days to do it, right? So first and foremost, I hope that helps. Next one, projected net profit. Guys, I look at this report no matter what, almost every day for the clients that I get to coach. And the most important column here is the estimated net profit. One thing I look at is pending gross profit, closed gross profit. So July, they've already closed out $21,000 of gross profit. They have $13,000 left, $34,000 for the month. Their expenses are supposed to be around $17,350. Therefore, we have an estimated net profit in July of $17,000. We're profiting $34,000 in August. We're losing $4,200 in September, which is the end of Q3. So whatever they sell in the next 31 days is going to impact Q3 sales and bring that profitability up. So when I look at profitability, we're not losing money here. So the business is in no danger of going out of business. However, we're going to be behind on Q3 of netting the number that we wanted. If I look down here, I suspected that the average sales price was higher, and I'm right. The average sales price is supposed to be $295. They're at $317. So we're doing well on the average sales price. Our average GCI is a little bit less than we anticipated. So there must have been a couple of discounts somewhere in there, or a handful of transactions where we made maybe 2%. Our cost of sale is actually where it needs to be. We're not too far off on cost of sale here. And the percentage of business from listings, I look at that all the time too. This client's doing well in terms of the metrics. I think what's happening here is they're on track with being 50% base and the cost of sale being roughly on track as to what the business needed in the economic model. They're hitting the metrics, but the units aren't high enough. So it sounds like we just got to increase the units, and we'll probably still follow suit with that production there. Rainmaker signed up for 82 transactions. This is the Rainmaker account here. They're at 40 closed, 6 pending. So they're 46 through July. They have 36 left to go. And for the whole year, it looks like they have 31 days left for this month plus 90 days. They have 120 days to sell another 46 homes. For this Rainmaker, they're probably going to come really close to hitting their personal production goal. Conversion percentage. I always want to look at conversion percentages quick. I see a bunch of zeros. That means that they're not inputting their lead generation, right? So if I go to daily tracking, this business is not tracking their numbers. And again, the path is in the math, guys. So if we want to know how to get out of the hole that we're in, we got to look at the data that we have access to in order to know what the activity increase needs to be. And if we don't have that data, we don't know what to do. So we're a little bit blind here with the specific tactics and activities that we need to get back on track. Pipeline report, I certainly hope we have a huge pipeline. It looks like we got 24 that are still available that we're working on, 19 listings in the pipeline report. And wow, we got a lot of 10s here. So a lot of listings that we're expecting to get signed this month and next. So that is definitely a saving grace there. And the last thing I'll look at here to check the health of the business is listings. Coming soon, what do we have that's about to hit the market? All right, we got 8 units for $30,000 in gross profit. I always want to look at this target MLS date. And again, we're in mid-July here. So when I look at target MLS date, I'm seeing dates that are behind us. Right? So every single one of these dates is behind us. So this effectively is not a useful tool for me at the moment because I don't know when these listings are going live. That's the important of this column. So operations always want to make sure that the target MLS date is always a date in the future so the Rainmaker can come in here and see this and know what's about to hit. If I check out my actives, what might need price corrections, we have 13 active listings right now. I always want to sort by days on market and see what's new. 7 days, a handful that just listed in the last 2 weeks. So if they haven't sold, let's get price corrections. And now that we're in a shift, folks, 42 days, 70, 78, 100, 248, 405. This is a big one here. 2 of them are big. Real simple. Where do these ones need to be priced at in order to get an offer? Now is the time, guys, where price corrections are critical. I hope this video helped you guys understand how to read your clarity now and, again, work on the mission that we have as a company of transforming real estate agents into business owners.